There we go. Hello. Yeah, so we're going to continue with the sculpting likeness a little bit today. Let me just double check. Stream, yeah, audio levels, okay. Cool. But yeah, so just going to kind of continue with the sculpt. Got some ref lined up in Maya, so we'll be kind of taking this model back in to check that. I've got a few kind of things that I know are going to be wrong, mainly the cheeks. The cheekbones, like Eugene in the last stream pointed out that cheekbones are slightly too wide. I think they are still too wide. But I also think the cheeks are lacking quite a bit because she seems like quite round in this area, whereas mine is super flat. So we'll see if we can get, hey Ian, but yeah, we'll see if we can get a nice lineup on that, get that working. Off stream, I did, I think, literally half an hour of sculpting yesterday. I'm not entirely sure I remember everything what I did. It was primarily around the mouth. I did a little bit of sculpting to get the philtrum. Hey there, man. Why the question mark? But yeah, so I sculpted this isn't called the philtrum, I always forget the name of this area. But sculpted this to make the lip a bit sharper as well, and adjusted the nostrils slightly. I also sculpted on the ears just to make them feel like they've got some breakup on them. Like it's just like clay brush with a soft alpha, just to get these kind of organic, well, vaguely organic looking lines. Other than that, I think it's pretty much exactly the way we left. Oh, I also brought in the sides and nose, but nothing major. It's pretty much identical to where I left it. So yeah, we need to get this back into Maya and check the lineup. We'll also pretty soon be at the point of doing any final topology tweaks. I don't think there's no areas that are giving me any difficulty except from in here. Just this little area. The topology just isn't really supporting what I want to do. So I'll kind of go in, add some more cuts there, and we'll transfer all details back. I guess while I'm doing that change, I may as well like kind of get the inside of the nostrils, the inside of the ears, inside of the mouths a bit more quad because they're very stretched polygons at the moment. I might model gums and all that sort of stuff, but I'm leaning more towards modeling those as a separate object for now, just because we're not going to open the mouth anyway, so there's no point like spending all the time needed to get it into one mesh. If I even need gums, to be honest, I mean, I can probably get away with just modeling the two front teeth and maybe the corners of the teeth next to them. But yeah, I think overall topology's held up fairly well. It's not given us many issues. Maybe I need something here to capture the shapes like in this area, because we're missing those pretty badly at the moment. But, you know, displacement will do a certain amount of that for us. But yeah, so let's get this back into Maya. Export, turn off group, turn off texture, turn on smooth normals. Export this. I'm going to export as a new version because I've been kind of saving over the same version. So let's just do version. There it is. V005. Go to here and just save it in there. Cool. I'm also going to drag the reference off screen for now. So I'm just sorting out the windows. There we go. So yeah, this is our current model. So I'm just going to delete that. File, import, modeling, ZBrush, exports, 05. Cool. And then I also need to bring in the caruncles. Cool. So get those, export those too. Let's rename this. There it is. Caruncle. I think that's how you spell it. Sub D0 Geo. Cool. And I'm just going to save the scene before I move on. Oh, actually, let's export this before I save the scene, just because we're already in the right directory. Export. And then save that in there. Cool. And then save the scene. So how are you guys doing anyway? You guys doing well? File import. Cool. So let's get the blin on both of those. And let's group them as well. This is just a temporary group. So obviously ears are still way off. The difficult thing we're going to have with them is like the length difference. Like there is a length difference from the front and side, but a lot of that is down to the earrings. But I feel like the difference for this view is far more than the difference for this view. So I need to decide which one's correct. Everything's getting a lot closer though. We need to lose a little bit of volume here. I also need to get the eye meshes set up. So let's show those. And for now, let's hide the cornea geos, because they just get in the way. Alright, so that's going to be an issue. Where are they? Or where should they be? Okay. So the eyes are currently too small. Is the version in ZBrush scaled? Let's export the eyes out and test that. I think they're the same size. Let's just give it a test. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad on this side either. I'm doing alright. Cool, so let's get that back in my file, import. Mistakes have been made. And let me just get into delete the material. Cool. So let's import the eyes. Obviously it's going to be merged into one object, but we can use it as a reference point. Right, so they've not moved, okay. So I think the eyes are going to need to be scaled, because they're not filling the this at all. Let's continue to work on the main kind of head first. So camera tools. Let's hide these as well. So I need to relax this section of the eye, kind of bring that forward, just in front of the crankle basically, right here. I need to bring this forward, which to be fair is kind of supported by this as well. So bring that forward. Feels like it should be a lot flatter than what I've got. Nose is pretty close. This is too sharp. Lips are still a fair bit off. This needs to go back even further. Chin's almost right, so it's just the mouth area. So let's give that a go. Do that before I do the other stuff. So that might be all we need. So let's get the inner eye. So this needs to be flat pretty much. Like that. Cool. Let's get rid of that sharpness on the nose as well. So I'm just going in with trim dynamic and very softly pulling that back. I think it's going to be too sharp on this angle as well, but we'll find out. So let's export that back in. Let's check the lineup of this guy. So corner of the mouth needs to come forward. Bottom lip is almost spot on now. Almost. Top lip needs to go up slightly. So you can see it. See it right here. It needs to go up. So we can do that. Nose is a lot closer. This is straighter as well. So top of the nostril needs to come back. Top lip needs to go up slightly, including here. In fact, including the mouth corner needs to go up slightly. So, and top of the nostril. We're at that kind of like tweaky stage of likeness now. Forward slightly. That looks like that should be okay now. So let's do the ears while we're in here, otherwise we're going to spend too much time going back and forth. So this bit needs to go back even more, this needs to be flatter, and this section here needs to be pulled in. So back, back, forward. That might be all it needs. So let's export you. Cool. Check that out. Wonder if there's a way to auto assign blend to a new object. So this section needs to go up slightly. This section of the lip needs to get pulled down a little bit. This is a bit closer, this needs to go forward. Still off on the ear. I can focus on the ear at a different point. Eyelid needs to go down. No, the bottom eyelid needs to go down. Bridge of nose is too big as well, right? So let's... Bridge of nose is super quick. So let's just go in. That might be enough. This needs to go... Which angle was it? It needs to change. So it's this one right here. And eyelid needs to go down. Is it back as well? I can't tell. I think it is. So this needs to go... You need to go down. Was there anything wrong with the nose? Other than the bridge? This needs to come forward a little bit. And that still needs to go up just a tiny bit more. So this needs to go up a tiny bit more. Cool. This needed to go down just a tiny bit. Let's use move topological. Cool. And then this needs to go forward just a little bit. Cool. Erase, pull the vertex and myself. Yeah, I could do. I just prefer to stay in ZBrush. I don't like transferring details in ZBrush just because I've got issues with it detects an angon, which doesn't seem to exist. Are you going to sculpt the weight of the earrings and the earlobe later on? Yeah, I will be doing that. I'm going to model some basic earrings because I'm kind of debating actually putting a gap in the ear topology for the earrings to go through. That would be a bit overkill, but I feel like it would be quite interesting to do. So let's just go down to low subdiv, export, head subdiv. File, import, no, head. So the forehead is the next bit that needs to change. So this bit needs to come forward slightly. This needs to be pulled in a little bit. Corner of the mouth is in slightly the wrong place. Let's check the other views as well. Oh, so this is where we get into a bit of difficulty now. Was that mouth in the right place for the other reference? Because this is the main reference we're going to be matching anyway. Let's check that out. Let's go back a few versions. Actually, that would be the version in version 4. So let's just grab that file, import. So this one for the mouth is closer. But the eyes, was the eyes closer? The eyes were closer. Okay, let's hide the chronicle as well. What are we going to do about that then? Just move the mouth down. I might start just going into just straight up sculpting what I see in ref now rather than tracing these. Keep that where it was. So what did the eyes have to do from this view? Not much. It's mainly this section here. This needs to go up slightly and this needs to go out slightly. And that needs to flatten as part of it. So you need to flatten. You need to go out slightly. And where was it? You need to go down. This needs to go down. Oh, this needs to come across. And that needs to go beam. Pretty soon I'll probably move on to getting the UVs in there and doing like, you know, the final topology pass. Because from this point on it's such small tweaking that I don't need to worry about destroying the UVs. So let's get that exported. Export. But yeah, let's move on to final topology and some UVs. So heads up D, export over that. I'm just going to save my scene. Still saving the history. I hate the fact the preferences reset every time. It's so annoying. That means you need to change quick save as well. Skip history. And undo history, enable saving, turn that off. Let's check how much smaller our file is. Yeah, down from 300 meg to 40 meg. Cool. Did I export this? I'm pretty sure I did. Let's just double check. Cool. That's that side. File, import. Yeah, so we can do the final topology pass now. I'm pretty confident that it's the right time. So let's rename this. Windows, general editors, namespace editor. Cool. And then paste that in there. Drag you in. Can get rid of high res now, I think. I'm pretty sure that's just, oh, it's the teeth. Alright, let's keep that. Don't need action, what we're doing. Canvas editor. Teeth are very much in the wrong place. So let's get rid of those. Show the eyes. So the eyes we're going to need to adjust quite a lot, I think. Let's assign blend to all of them. There we go. So now is where we can go in and like add the actual thickness. Add the actual thickness to the eyelids. Make sure we got the right amount of topology in there, because currently this is super hollow. It shouldn't be this hollow. Is the gap really that big, or is my sculpt bringing it back in a bit? No, it really is that big. Damn. Let's get the teeth. It's a door. Export. Oh wait, it needs to turn off groups. Cool. So let's import those as well. Obviously we'll do topology for those as well. Right, so what do we need to do? We need to fix this section here, because that topology isn't doing what we want. What can we do? Just turn off World X. And turn on World X. So what happens if I bevel this? I'm going to get an end on here. So if I bevel here to, which loop is that on? Bevel that. Set that to 2 segments. Keep that for now. Where's beveling? Maybe beveling is the wrong way to go about this. Let's try it this way. allows us to get this loop in. Obviously we need to relax that quite a lot. Not really keen on this topology, but oh, not really sure what I was going to say but about. Mesh display, so unlock, soften edge, set the face. So now we have a little bit more geometry to play with in this area. Somewhere along the line I turned symmetry off, so I'm going to have to mirror the object over, which means our transfer is going to get completely ruined in ZBrush. That's fine, I can do a wall-face projection. So, what else do we need to do? We need to pull this way forward. Pretty sure it's more like that. We need more loops. Well, thankfully we don't need more loops, but I want them to be more controllable. And I think it's around here where it pinches a bit. Something like that. Cool. That feels a bit more correct. Cool. That's feeling a lot better. Inside of the mouth needs more loops. Although I am wondering, is it worth me actually modeling in the gums? Because I was thinking of using this mesh in the future as like my generic human that all human characters start from. So it's worth doing properly. But at the same time, I do want to move on this character to the next stage. Otherwise the streams will get really stale. So let's ignore that. Let's just add some more. Oh, that was weird. So let's just get some cuts in there just so it's not as horrible. At least then, if I want to sculpt the inside of the mouth, I have even topology. Or at least more even. Hit edge for this guy. Cool. Or did I miss the bottom? There we go. Cool. So let's get the make sure it's dead on the center line. Then let's mirror that across. Mirror. Let's do a check for n-gons. So mesh, clean up. Select four-sided faces. Cool. Go that selection. We don't see anything. It's all quads. That's good. Oh, it suddenly jumps at 10 views. That's cool. So let's do topology symmetry now. Cool. So inside our nose, was that enough? Not really. Let's get some more cuts in there. Cool, that's that. Then we need some stuff back here. Granted, this stuff will be invisible anyway, but I also need to, once I got the size of the eye correct, I need to kind of mold this cavity to the eye. We're going to need some topology right there. I feel like this is going to completely change my eye lineup. Let's save an old version of scene. Let's size up the eyes. So what's the maximum size of a human eye? Human eye size. It's 24.8. Oh, eyeball. Okay, it's 24.8 millimeters tall. Okay. Oh, 24.8, sorry. Hey, look. Yeah, I'm alright. How are you doing? Let's create a sphere. Set this to, what am I doing? 1.28. Oh no, 1.24 because it gets doubled. So this is the maximum size of a human eye. Let's see if that fits a bit more comfortably. If it does, then we can just scale up the eyes. If not, then something is wrong with our actual mesh. It fits a little bit more comfortably, so let's grab these guys and just scale those slightly. There we go. That feels like it actually sits in the eye now. Let's delete the history on those guys. Free transformations even. Right, obviously we're going to need to model the chronicle properly at some point. Oh, we also need to fix this area. Get these a bit cleaner. Where is it? Temp geo. put that in a temp group. And that can go in with the rest of it. Turn off selection highlighting. So I can actually get away with bringing the inside of the eyelids in because it's not an exact match anyway. So let's do that. And they sent me a photo, probably of a dog. Aww. Like a bunch of my family, we all chipped in to get my nan a dog because the lockdown is pretty hard on the elderly. So we thought we'd treat her, and she's fallen in love, and it's so adorable. She messages me on WhatsApp as if she is the dog. So she'll be like, "Mum gave me a bath and blow dried my hair today. I'm feeling good and smelling good." And it's just like it's literally my nan messaging me as if she's her dog. It's kind of adorable. I say kind of adorable. It is adorable. There's no doubting that. Right, so this area is going to be a nightmare. This section needs to be pulled in. And let's, for now, just add edge flow. I hate that so much. I might just match one side and then mirror it over because the camera pivot doesn't like being on one side and not the other, so we're going to need to fix that as well, aren't we? No. Edge flow. I'm going to have the Caruncle Geo in there, so we don't need to get it perfect. But it would be nice to get it looking good. We're also going to need to do like a slide of the topology, so we're going to have to move areas like this one. Really space those out quite nicely. Same with this area. So let's adjust this guy. I feel like I should set the eye as a live object and just wrap it. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Set you as a live object. Do that. Obviously then spend the time to go through and do this. I just need to get it away from the eye so I can box select it. There we go. That should be far enough. Cool, and there's a bit over here that I caught. Do we have it uniformly selected? We do not. Nope. So let's convert that to vertices. And maybe I'll get rid of this last one. There we go. And then when I try to scale this, there we go. Snap. And that's a perfect fit. And then I want to turn off that and inflate it just slightly, so it's not a perfect fit. And then I'm going to need to go in and fix some areas. Specifically here. So let's go in with a relaxed topology brush. Just relax this out a bit. Doesn't need to be perfect, this needs to be better. Ooh, ugly. Cool. So this would be roughly the right shape now. I'm going to just grab these guys, move those back a bit, and just add the edge flow and the loops back from that point. So that'd be roughly the right size. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. Does that make a difference to the renders? Probably not. Do I care? Yeah, for some reason. So let's check that against our reference. Yeah, so we've changed the shape of the eye slightly, so we're going to need to fix that. And what about this angle? Camera tools. Nope. View. Camera tools. Didn't change it that much from that angle, which is good. So just that front angle. We need to get the eyeball in a bit more. Oh, but the eyeball itself doesn't reach that far out. That's interesting. And the iris is too big. So does she just have stupidly thick eyelids? Or maybe... maybe her iris is smaller than most people. So let's grab the other meshes. In fact, we'll do that in a sec. Let's, for now, scale these up just a little bit more. And I'll scale down the eyelid, the iris accordingly. So let's get the move tool and just punch you in a little bit. So the final model will probably be one subdivision higher than this in the Miocene, so it'll probably be more like this sort of resolution. Just so I can really go in and refine some shit. So displacement doesn't have to do too much work. So should I model in the eyelid crease? I feel like I should wait until I've reprojected the details for that. So I guess it's time to get some basic UVs in place then, right? Because this model's not going to change massively. Like, yeah, we've got some volume missing here, we've got some eyelid creasing to do, we've got some stuff on the cheek we need to do, but I think we're close enough for me to UV this. I don't think topology is going to change again. So let's save this scene. I'm going to save a version as well. Cool. So let's do some UVs, I guess. Oh wait, actually I modeled one side and not the other, so let's fix that. Mirror. Cool. So topology is not going to change anymore, so if I end up having to do that stuff, I can transfer the vertex numbers. And that will make things a lot easier. I'm worried about how the projection on the mouth is going to work. I feel like I'll have to go around area by area and project it all slowly. So let's yeah, let's start going through. So UV, how am I going to work UVs? Because I'm still wondering if I want to do like fur UVs, so UVs for the groom, or if I want to go with, I don't think I'll go with scalps, but it's a case of whether or not I'm going to like paint Pt.06 in Mari, because I kind of want to test that pipeline. Give it a go, because like there's a few, there's a professional groomer who recently walked me through the process with mudblocks, a guy called Frankie Lupo, who's really good, by the way. You should check out his stuff. He's a senior groomer at ILM, or lead groomer at ILM. But he was showing me through kind of the process of doing Pt.06 in mudblocks and how to connect that to ZBrush. But I think it'd be quite cool to test out Mari's Pt.06 and see how well that works. Also, I hate the neck topology, but I'm not going to change that now. There's no point. I'll fix that for the next digital I do. So I got a mesh. It's got most of the forms in place. The skull volume isn't correct yet, but we'll change that. It doesn't require much work. Caruncles are modeled separate, so I'm not too worried about that. We need to fix some of the volumes here, but again, that's not for now. I think I'll do what is Pt.06? Pt.06 is a way to paint textures that doesn't directly require UVs. I say that doesn't directly require UVs. It doesn't require UVs at all. So I'll just put, that's how you spell it. So you would write in your first guess. But yeah, so basically it allows you to paint textures on a mesh without UVs. Obviously the issue with that is it's based on the vertices, and you can still get resolution. It does produce a 2D map, but the way it creates it is kind of arbitrary. I think the map, it looks great. Let me see if I can find like an example of a Pt.06 map. Yeah, so Pt.06 maps often look like this. So they're a little bit crazy. It's literally just like random squares. Kind of like poly painting, but not really. So it does create a 2D map, and it does have a map resolution. The difference is I don't know exactly how it's arranged, but generally what Pt.06 does is it gets all of your faces, or all the primitives on your model, and arranges them, I believe, in size order. It could be in ID number, so like, you know, each face has its own specific number, and it kind of arranges them out, and then you paint on that, and it produces a map, and anything that supports Pt.06 will know how to read this map, as long as you tell it that it's Pt.06. The issue is if you change your topology, this gets completely wrecked, whereas UVs, you can generally keep UVs intact with topology changes, as long as you're not extruding and all that sort of stuff. Just as a quick side note though, Pt.06 is not a replacement for UVs. It's a different method, but UVs are like still the most used by a long way. But yeah, but Ptex is a really cool thing, and XGen itself uses Ptex. So obviously I'm going to need UVs for my actual painting, but I'm wondering if it's worth me doing a UV set just for my groom or not. I guess for now I'll UV it as if I'm not going to do that. I can always create the UV set later. So let's create a. Let's go to UV editing. Got this guy. Mapping. Final map Z. Cool. Beautiful. So what we're going to do? We're going to. Let's try the UV tool actually. So it's the UV cut and solid tool. So 2 back. Love this tool so much. In which use case would you prefer to use PTEX compared to normal UVs texture editing? Basically, no use cases would you prefer PTEX over UVs. Grooming XGen uses PTEX. I'm not entirely sure why, because it is a burden. Because pretty much every texturing tool goes for UVs. Like you can do PTEX in Mudbox, you can do it in Mari, but everything assumes UVs. So it tends to be like there's probably others that I'm sure 3D Code probably likes PTEX as well, but UVs are the standard. I'm not entirely sure why someone would pick PTEX. Maybe there's someone else in the chat who would know when PTEX is better. But in my mind, a good set of UVs isn't replaceable. Like it just isn't. Right. Kind of debating cutting the face, so like here. So if I'm gonna do like a lot of UDIMs, then this would be a perfectly fine thing to do. That would not though. That would be horrible. So let's not do that. See, doing this UV cut would help with ZBrush, just so I could like auto group it. But I'm not going to do that. So what else do I need to do? I need to cut. Actually, maybe this would work better. So this is giving the face quite a lot of work to do. Like UV wise. It's going to result in quite a large island. hate the fact it does that so much. There we go. I'm not entirely keen on this UV tool. It feels quite fiddly. Thanks for the insight, by the way. I enjoyed the official reel of yours. Awesome projects you've worked on. I wonder when, how it is possible to tackle or demonstrate more. What do you mean, when or how it is possible to tackle or demonstrate more exactly? Do you mean like talk about projects I've worked on, or? That's something I don't think I'll be able to do for a very long time, to be honest. In depth on how you worked on those projects, what the difficulties were. I cannot talk about that sort of stuff without clearance from NPC, and they need to get clearance from client, so chances are that's not going to happen. I don't think Disney or any other clients I've worked with would be like, oh yeah, that Mike guy can chat about stuff on his stream completely without moderators and all that sort of stuff. So I don't think I will be able to talk about that. Hell, I couldn't even get clearance to talk about that sort of stuff in university talks where I was given banners from work to like advertise, and I still wasn't allowed to show what I'd done really. I think that's everything. So, unfold. Why is my unfold 3D? I thought those results didn't look great. Okay, so let's go. Windows, settings, preferences, plugin manager. Unfold 3D, where are you at? Cool. Layout views. Unfold 3D, align Y to V. Okay, cool. I need to allow it to pack into more tiles. Why are you not happy? So let's pack it 2048. Cool. I don't want shells to rotate, I want them to be aligned. I can't remember. Aha, there we go. Layout UV. So we can go 6 tiles across, which is excessive, but I just want to see what it does. Those are not the right ratios, are they? No way are they correct ratios. I have to check that. Where's the UV toolkit? There it is. Transform, get 13. That is. Oh yeah, they are different. Now they're all the same size. See, I'm not sure if I want to like separate out the face into multiple like sections. So why is it not symmetrical? I also need to close the eyes actually while I'm UVing. Something I just remembered. So let's fix that. I'm going to duplicate this. So, head, let's, oh, fuck. Let's just call that blink. Right, so let's close the eyes. Okay, let's not bother with that. Let's just do it with this sculpt tool. Sculpt. Do you have symmetry built in? Symmetry. Topology. Grab you. Cool. How do I freeze a certain area? Freeze. How did I do that? I just need to hide the head. I just realised that. Oh, I'm sculpting under a mesh. So hide that. Show you. So let's go in. Freeze. Can I freeze? There we go. So topology. Get you. Freeze. Freezing is just a mask. It's just Maya's and Mudbox's mask, basically. So I'm defining the area I don't want to be affected right now. Cool, so let's get the grab tool and let's just pull that right down. Obviously I'll be smoothing out the shape in a second. Smooth the shape. In fact, let's get rid of the freeze. So let's go in. Where is it? Grab. perfect, but it works. Obviously, if I was doing a blend shape for an actual project, I'd spend a hell of a lot more time than I just did on that, but that will give us enough kind of control. I feel like I need to leave a very slight gap though for the UVs to not just be an overlapping mess. Granted, they'll do their best anyway, but still. It looks so funny. Cool, so we've got our blink shape. Let's just go in and do a edit edge fill on this guy. And yeah, let's do the same on this guy as well. And this guy. Oh, maybe not him. Maybe him, but not that far. So that's our blink shape. So let's get our head sub D. And I'm pretty sure it goes blend, grab the shape you want to blend to, then grab the shape you want to blend, and go deform, blend shape. And then what's the name of that blend shape? Yeah, it is. Cool. So I can hide this. And I've got a... Ooh. What happened to you? Did I accidentally pull that down earlier? Okay. God damn it. Okay, I'll leave that there for now. I'll fix that later. Because we're UVing on this one anyway. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. So, let's open our UV window. Okay, unfold. Let's turn off pack. There we go. So, how do I symmetrize these? I just need to relax them a bit. So let's go and do that. Tools. Optimize. Cool. And then we're going to need to relax this little area here. I'm not sure which tool would be best for that. I guess the unfold brush. Oh, that's a big brush. Not a way for me to get you to relax, other than just manually smudging it. What's this topology like in that area? Oh, this topology is like that. Okay. Let's smudge it then. Tools, smudge. Tools. Tweak, I guess. give it a little bit of space. I'm aware the topology is doing that pinching, but I'll fix the topology. So I'm going to fix this while I'm here. That's better. I feel like this is too precise. Just get a bit better spacing on those. There we go. Ooh, that's a bit broken. I wonder why mouth corners always fuck up. So smooth. I really want the smudge tool. Why is it doing that? Oh, I've got soft slots on. Tools. Let's keep this. Unless I need V2 quick. Ooh, grab tool. Okay, so that's the smallest size available. So I have to use a tweak. Ooh, symmetry, there we go. Cool, I can use that in a sec. Let's just get one side of this working first. So let's go back into tweak, which I think I need to go up here for. Tools, tweak. And let's just start fixing some of this. Looking nice and clean. Cool, so now we need to symmetrize. activate topological symmetry. It's very slow. Wow, this is a slow tool. Just have to go in with a smaller brush, I guess. Cool. Let's turn off step snapping. Okay, so that's him done. And that's the only one that really needs to be symmetrical. You're the inside of the mouth, right? Or are you the inside of this eye? Oh. Because it's still got topological symmetry done. I'm not too worried about sizing the inside of the eyes down. I just want to get them in the map. That's a nostril, right? So let's move that. The other nostril is this one. That is the inside of the ear. Oh, we need to cut that. This needs moving as well. I'm going to leave that wherever the mouth goes. Is that the nostril? That's the nostril. So we need to cut the nostrils, we need to cut the inside of the ears. So let's try symmetrize again. Get this one laid out. So let's turn on topological symmetry. That's such a nice tool. So you are, just turn you off again. You are the left side of the head, you are also the left side of the head. So let's just move that back a little bit. I'm also going to scale it down just slightly so it still fits. I need the inside of the ear for this side, which is there. Shoulder, that's fine. Let's move all this actually away. Let's get the inside of the mouth. Right there. What else could go with that? Guess not much really. Teeth, I've not modelled those. Teeth and gums can go down there, I guess. So left side of the head, go there. That's the left side. That is a shoulder. That's the bottom. What happened to you? Let's go down a little bit more. Inside of the ear, cool. Just like that. Then what? So we got the first 4 UDIMs accounted for, so this needs to fit into the next 2 UDIMs. So let's get the 2 shoulders, I guess. Scale those down. We pack those. Don't want it to fit across 2 UDIMs, so let's fit across 1 UDIM. So let's just turn that back to 1. I'm not too worried about the resolution being the same on these 2, I guess. Although it does include the neck, so I should worry about the resolution being the same on these 2. So this is just on the bottom, so maybe I can scale these 2 up. Out UVs. And just move those over here. My god, I love how happy that face is. Look how happy that is. That's amazing. Right, so let's put that there. Scale these down so they fit. Where's the neck on that? So that's the neck. Maybe I should cut a cross on this too, to separate front and back. I think that would be better. So let's get you. Do the same on this side. Cool. Cut those. That's front and back. Let's arrange that. Come on. Let's try straightening these. Let's straighten shell. Tools. Do. It's going to save the scene. There we go. And let's select this whole shell. Come on. And then deselect these central ones. Again, I fully intend on this being like a very reused mesh, so I'm gonna spend as much time as it needs to get this right. Cool, so let's get these two. Modify, straighten UVs. Fold. That is not nice. So let's ignore that last one. Let's just allow the shoulder to be bent. So let's get this one straight. UVs. Modify, straighten shell. Actually did a quite nice job. There we go. There's those done. How can we fit those together now? What would be the best way? I think doing this is as nice as you're going to get. So, symmetry UVs, and I can just move them over. Where is it? There, that's what I was looking for, topology. Cool. Then I don't know how well this will work. Looks like it's working. Let's transform constraint. No. Snap. Come on. So many people even splitting the face into two shells. Yeah, so I was wondering whether it's worth splitting it right down the middle or not. Because obviously, like, the face is going to be the area that needs the most resolution by a mile. I'm saving some space for the gums and teeth when I add those, because they're going to be separate mesh for now. Oh, the eyes as well. I didn't leave space for the eyes. Although the eyes I tend to... UV is just like their own. There's a plane off on the front. So maybe I can leave those for now. What side do you want? You're on that side. Let's just do that. Oh, turn off. Grab you. And then I guess this guy can be all lonely and sit down here. And there we go. Got some decent UVs that are mostly mostly uniform, except in the bottom. So we need to cut the inside of the ears. Oh, I've lost the cut on the back of the ears. Cut that. Is that going to be enough for it to unfold nicely? I think it is. I hate that these are off by one face. I can go one face over, but is that just being too picky now? It is, and I don't care. Let's sew those back together. Even sew edges. Nope. Cut. Alright, cool. So let's do the same on the other side, and we'll lay them back out. Going to Mari tonight. Oh, hell no, I've still got loads of sculpting to do. Like, loads of sculpting. It's going to be a while before I'm ready to go into Mari, to be honest. Maybe I can start doing block out textures soon. That's not the way I cut it last time, is it? No, it isn't. Where did I just cut to? Oh, I went way off. Cut. So let's lay one side out nicely. Need to cut the inside of the ear too. Where is unfold? There we go. Don't know why I got lost there. Cool, so let's do the same cuts on the other side. Is there a landmark I can go from? Okay, so one over from that. So I'll make sure it's the same on both sides. Cut. What happened to you? Faces. Mapping. Let's remap it. Why not there? Don't know why that went so small. There we go. Cool, so I think this will work okay. Let's check out how that looks. Yeah, it's a lot nicer. It's not perfect, but it'll do well enough. And we got the same cuts on the other side, so we can use my new favorite tool. So let's go and select you. Yeah, have I deleted the history on this guy? I have, haven't I? I'll have to get the original shape back. I can just import it, it's not a big deal. So I might have to go to the other scene to get it back. Right, so let's get topology symmetry. And now I've got that UV toolkit. Symmetrize. Where are you? Cool. Now that one's going to bother me. I'm not going back in to fix that because that's just too nitpicky. My topology is not that even in this area. Like, it's way larger spacing on the jaw than it is here, which is a bit of an issue. It's a bit late to fix that sort of stuff now, but for future projects it's something it'll be worth me looking up. I just needed, the issue is that I've kind of pulled too much of the eye, and like some of this should go up that way rather than down into this. If I had done that, then this would have more room to kind of relax and be about the same size. Cool, right, so we've got that. I'm going to go back a scene. And we've got the open version in there, that's good. So I can export this, because I did do some editing. Export selection, modeling, Maya, exports, head sub D. Go back into here. Cool. File import. Maya exports. Where is head? There it is. So let's fix that order. Deform, blend shape. Then I should. There we go. Perfect. So now we have our UV'd model, eyes open, but UV'd with eyes closed. Topology is okay, apart from this, but it's too late to change. Obviously in like a production pipeline you would change that, like you'd spend the time because it's worth doing, but I'm not even animating this thing. The only reason I'm building it to a decent standard is because I'm probably going to send it to some rigger friends and be like, hey, do you want a free head? Most people don't reject free head if you offer them. Alright, so I think I'm happy with this. Should I cut the neck off? like this loop. I think I'll be fine without cutting that off. Let's keep that. So that's our primary UVs. We do need teeth. We need to UV the caruncle. We need to actually model the caruncle properly. What time is it? Right, it's 9:45, so I can do a bit more. First off, now I've got this, let's get it back into ZBrush export selection. Onto you. Let's get back into ZBrush. Topology will have changed, so we're going to have some issues with this. Let's just duplicate this guy. And let's just see if it can figure it out. It probably can't, because the topology's changed and world space is the same, but that's not necessarily gonna save us in this case. And to be fair, like, I don't want it to transfer directly. So let's go Maya scenes. Oh, no, not scenes. Maya exports. I can remove the temp one. Yeah, delete high resolution details, because I'm going to want to manually mask where I want it to for everything. That's weird. Let's delete that. Okay. Append. Import on top of you. There we go. This is our UV model. Let's make sure it's brought those in. So UV master, use existing seams, check seams. Yep, so that's in the right places. Call that full object. So how many subdivisions did we need? So what we're going to need to do now is just go around and mask the head. So I think I can mask my polypaint. Color fill object. I'm going to set this to white. And then where do I want to get? Well, I want here. Basically, I want to get everything except the inside of the eyes and the inside of the mouth. Inside of the ears, I don't really care for either. So that I can project, so it's not. In fact, I can project, no, inside of the ear I actually need to avoid. So let's just go into brush, auto masking, backface masking. Just so I'm not accidentally projecting through the head. Beautiful. I didn't change the shape of the nostril, so we can project that. Mouth, let's go round really carefully. Everything back on this. So I'm going to void the corner of the mouth there, because that'll be easier just to resculpt. I'm going to avoid the lip line itself as well, so let's just do that. Because again, if I project that, I'm going to have issues. Mouse keeps getting stuck. Oh, it's doing that thing again. Not mouse, sorry. Wacom. I really desperately need like a Wacom pen holder so I can like extract the nib. What could I use as a temporary? Do you think nail clippers would be able to grab it out? Because I'm overdue getting a new Wacom pen anyway, so I probably should. I know you don't need to replace Wacom pens all the time, but I'm getting more and more issues with this one. Like right now, I'm not clicking. What can I do? Let's push lightly. No, no, still not enough. Right, mouse it is, just for now. So I'm not going to get the eyelid itself, or like the eyelid, like the lip of it. Just going to go really close to it, as close as I can really. Maybe we should end one face loop before it. There we go. So I've got a basic color mask in place, so let's go to morph target, store morph target, before we've done any subdivisions, just so we've got that to go back to. Let's go to masking, mask by color. Cool. Did that work? That didn't work. That's by intensity. Cool. So let's subtool. Oh. I'm not sure how well this will work. We might have to fix quite a lot of stuff. Let's find out though. So subtool. That's actually a sort of morph target. I don't need to do all this shit. Yeah, it's sort of morph target. I don't need to do all this. Let's just smooth. Whatever breaks, breaks, and I'll morph back to what it should be. So hide you, show you, hide you. Project all. And I've got one more projection to do. From this point forth, we can just import the model, but because this one has different topology and UVs, and some very mildly different wall space stuff, then it's best just to manually project everything back on. Cool. So I can now, in theory, delete this guy. This is our new model. We can show the other stuff, and a lot will be broken, but that's fine. Just go back to the first one, and hopefully when we switch on, we should see this suddenly move. Let's go back to morph target. I haven't done this before, so I don't know if it works. Switch. Yeah, there we go. So that basically fully recovers like your base topology. Now I can delete morph target and start going back up. I still need to smooth stuff out though. Oh, my Wacom still freaking out. Okay, so let's just group by UVs. Polygroup UV. What if there's a way to prevent this from happening? The mouth looks like it survived though, which is quite surprising. The mouth did fine. I wonder why that is. Oh, we got everything. So let's edit, delete history. And then ZBrush, scenes, add a number. Cool, there we go. Let's get the eyes and the teeth back in there. So now we have our final UV'd mesh. I might import the mesh again. Yeah, exactly. Annoying that we lose the poly paint. I can undo that though. I guess what I can do is just duplicate this and import. And then because these are identical models, I can just go to the highest level, which in theory should be identical in every way to this one, and just go into project, but only say it's project color, project geometry. Of course, I can export the now I can export the color as a texture map and load that texture map back in. Although I'm not sure if ZBrush can load UDIM texture maps. So that would be interesting to find out. So I can delete the old one now. Polygroups. No, not polypaint. Polygroups. Oh, maybe I should have done this with the lowest subdivision level. I'm going to leave that level alone, let that do its thing for a bit. While that does it, I'm going to try to get the nib out of my Wacom pen. Do I have any pliers? Note to self, make sure that there we go though, we do have our final model in ZBrush anyway. Still got some sculpting passes I need to do. This is a lot better supported this time, so I can actually sculpt that properly. No, only this was UDIM. Well, that's annoying. It'd be nice if I could load textures in UDIM. So it means we just need to keep transferring. Granted, this paint is literally just like the shittest preview, but I do find having the eyebrows quite helpful. I think we do have likeness though. I'll just go over and grab a drink of water, guys. I'll be back in a moment. Yeah, I'm going to bring the ref on screen. Leave that there. Right, okay, I'm back in a minute. Cool, I'm back. Right. Still don't have any pliers. Do you guys have any tricks to get the nibs out of the Wacom pen without the base? Let me just Google it. Remove Wacom nib. Right, okay. this still stuck? It is. For fuck's sake. Let's try disconnecting the Wacom, just in case that's stuck. Come on. Was it the Wacom itself? No, no, it's still the pen. Come on. Right, so the next thing for us to do before we move on to texturing and anything like that is really start to nail the lineups. So I'm going to do a bit of work on the ears, get the forehead working because that was off. I just need to get my Wacom pen working first because I can't sculpt it with a mouse. I'm just waiting for Becca to get out of the bathroom basically so I can get the nail clippers and get the nib out of the pen. That's like the pliers I've got are too bulky. So nail clippers are the only things I can use to maybe grab the nib out of the pen. Alright, cute. Hey cutie. You okay? Let's go get the nail clippers and take the nib out of the Wacom pen.
Why?
Because it's completely stuck. And it means it's constantly left clicking, which makes it a mouse. And I feel like the only thing sharp enough and pointy enough to get it out would be these nail clippers.
Why don't you order some online?
There we go, got it. Sorry?
Order some more online?
Well, I need to order a stand. But they're pricey. So I'll wait until payday. Nail clippers are actually really good at getting Wacom nibs out, so if you guys ever get your Wacom nibs stuck. There we go. So let's see, is this always left clicking now? No, it's not. Cool, that works perfectly. Great. Home remedies. Right, so we know we've got that line up. So let's go back into Maya. I'll decide later if I want to adjust the UVs. It's really easy to change that. I use your teeth. Yeah, I couldn't get it out of my teeth though, because the Wacom pen had like basically buried itself, so it was constantly left clicking. There was constantly pressure on there. Apparently I just pushed too hard. Right, so let's get this set up on the ref cam. And we need to hide all the other stuff. Right, so the nose is in the wrong place for this view, so I'm kind of wondering if I actually want to fix it or not. The ears, they're a lot lower, so I need to fix that, but I think the actual height of them, I think, is asymmetrical. Of course, my lineup could be wrong as well. I'm just not sure exactly how. The jaw needs to be made wider here. So let's do, okay, so jaw there needs to be wider, thinner here for the cheekbones. This bit lines up almost perfectly, like eerily so. So, okay, ears down. Oh, I've lost my timeline. Does anyone know the shortcut for timeline? Oh, is it because I'm in... Got it back. So, view, camera tools. Yeah, so I'll pull the earlobe down. Corner of the mouth needs to be pushed just a tiny bit forwards, and this little ridge below the lip needs to be pushed in a little bit. So let's do that. And then I can start lining up other cameras as well. So earlobe down. And I'll do this on the lowest. Cool, so that's that. Feels a bit pointy, so let's get this bit as well. There we go. Let's just relax topology a little bit. Nope. So relax topology. Cool. And then we had to pull you in just a tiny bit. We had to pull this bit out a little bit, and we had to pull that bit in a bit. What was it with the forehead we had to change? So we need to pull the actual brow itself in just a tiny amount and pull that bit out. We also need to lower the overall height of the head. So this bit out, this bit in, and then remove just a tiny bit of height from here. Actually helps the skull shape feel a lot better as well. Okay, what else was there? Was there anything with the nose? That needs to come down just a tiny little bit more. Oh, wrong thing. And the neck needs to be adjusted quite a lot, right? So collarbones down and back at the shoulder. And pull this part of the neck forward. So this needs to go down just a little bit more. Needs to go back a fair bit more. And you need to be pulled in just a little bit. And let's just remove a tiny bit of volume from the back of the skull because that was running a bit close. Cool, let's edit, delete history. In fact, is it in my preferences? Yeah, cool. Let's just save the scene. Cool, export that back out. At the lowest subdivision level. In fact, we should go up a version now. Now would be a really good time to go up a version. B006. Cool. Get you, import, ZBrush exports. Hate groups. It's the most useless default feature I've ever seen in a software. So why is it even on? Oh, I guess I did import it as a new thing. Export. Cool. Then import you back in. Looks like we're a pretty good match. Neck is too big at the back. Chin needs to go up slightly. It's also very subtle, or the ear needs to be thicker at the back. Cheek needs more volume as well. Getting closer. Yeah, we're slowly getting there. It's weird how, like, when I first saw this neck, I was like, that's impossible, it'll never look right. But then I match it anyway, and it's like, actually, no, it kind of works. And it's really frustrating, because it means, like, I don't understand what necks look like, apparently. Like, yeah, it's going to be one of those annoying assets. Right, so pull the chin up. Let's check this view as well, actually. So the ear's about the right depth now. This needs to be pulled in, although not according to this side. So this is where asymmetry starts coming in, so I can't do much at this point. All I can do is like match the general waviness, so that needs straightening out, pulled in from this angle. Actually no, I could match both of these, because this one's at a slightly different angle, so this one could be pulled back in Z and this one's pulled in X. I also need to add a bit more volume to this part of the cheek, so let's do that. So let me just double check that, because I've already forgotten what it was. So out here in there, down more, really? And more volume on the cheek. Okay, and then go out more here, in more here, down more somehow. This needs to go back a little bit, and this needs to be made thicker, which is going to be quite tricky to get right, I think. So how much thicker does it need to go? That's the question. Got that one vertex. Poly tweaking is not what ZBrush is built for, but sometimes you have to. That's feeling a lot better now. I've given them more fat on their cheek. Let's just gain a little bit more something there. Also, let's fix more of these artifacts. There we go. So, definitely getting there. I'm going to need to change the size of the pupil on the model. That's currently what's painted is not what the actual model is doing. I also need to bring in the new eyes to ZBrush, but I think I'll leave that until the next stream. What else do I need to change? ZBrush seams. I need to add more of a tuck to the eyelids. That's more of a Maya thing, I think. And that might be worth doing when I break symmetry, which will be after texturing. Because basically what I'm thinking of doing is like block out all the textures, get those pretty much nailed. Then do like a symmetry break where I go in and start modeling like really properly, like modeling everything super close up and making it match as many references as possible. Because I'm not at that stage yet, I'm still at the stage of just get the likeness, which is a long stage. I feel like this needs to be pulled in a bit more. Let's just pull that. So although technically the way it currently is matches reference a bit better, it could have been like, you know, a day where her eyes were puffier than normal. This feels more natural to me. And that's something that someone mentioned when I first posted this on my Facebook. He was like, "Oh, camera lineups, unless they're all taken at the exact same moment, with the same cameras, same focal length, same lighting, then you don't know what is micro expression, what is just different day, like different level of puffiness in her eyes and all that sort of stuff. How much sleep she got, you just don't know. So generally, what he does, and I trust him because he's really fucking good, is he'll line up to as many references as possible, but then there'll come a point where he just starts ignoring the references, and he just sculpts what feels right, because the likeness is already there. It feels like FKA twigs. Once I start getting the actual groom in there and matching the hair, because currently the eyebrows and stuff aren't matched, but once I start doing all that stuff, it'll start to feel a lot more like a very quickly. Because eyebrows are quite important to likeness as well. I mean, hell, if I turn off the paint, it looks way less like her, even though it is matched. Like, it's literally like matched to her face, but it doesn't feel much like her. The moment you add eyebrows and lip color, it starts to feel a lot closer. Right, so let's save that. I'm gonna take the models back into Maya. File, import, no, not export all. File, import. How's it going, Becca? It's going okay? Cool. So the corner of the eye needs tweaking. This is feeling better now. I need to be even braver on the ears. This one matches surprisingly closely. This is still way off. So I need to give her a little bit more roundness to her chin. Let's check this view again. Yeah, this view's pretty much where I want it to be. That is rounded out again. I need to match the upper eyelid as well. That's currently quite far off. So, need a little bit more roundness on the jaw itself. Get a bit more of that volume in. This is too pronounced. I also need to turn down the strength for this guy. Let's fix the chest while we're at it. Let's pull the ears even lower, because apparently that's what we need to do. And what was it needs to be pulled out? It was like this bit needs to be pulled out. That needs to be pulled in slightly. Then let's check that again. back of the ear, this part of the ear needs to be pulled in slightly, and that needs to be pulled back further. And other than that, we're getting pretty close. So this needs to be pulled in slightly. That needs to be pulled back further. Oh, did I get the chin? That needs to go up slightly more. The jaw itself is okay though, so it's just this part of the neck. And this needs a bit more volume. That needs less volume. Okay, so let's start from the bottom. So less volume for you. Cool. Slightly more volume for you, and you need to go up slightly. And let's just add a little bit, not much because she's very skinny, but we need a little bit of padding here, because otherwise it feels like she's like intentionally sucking her neck in. Like the skin should hang just a tiny amount there. Again, not much, really not much. But it's not like vacuum sealed to the bottom of your jaw. So that helps. Okay, save this. Actually, let's export it first. Export. So D. Save this. Cool. File import. Yeah, so now the ear is way longer than it should be. This needs to bump up slightly. That needs to bump back slightly. What's the front thing? Front's okay, I need to pull this down. Earlobe needs to go down even further. How heavy are these damn earrings? I mean, they look pretty heavy, but still. The nose not matching from this angle slightly concerns me. And this side of the forehead as well. Like, how big is that like section of her cranium? Right, so let's droop the eyelids. Earlobes. Grab these guys. Put those down. That would make some visual sense. This needs to be pulled up slightly. You need to be pulled up slightly. And then, which part was it? Is it here, wasn't it? Turn off the painting while I do this. Why is that point should be around here somewhere? Cool. So that should be all of that. Just check that. Yep. That's closer. I didn't pull that down. Need to pull the top of this down a little bit. This section of the skull's got too much volume. The lip line is wrong as well on this view, however, it's a different expression. Because the lip line's also wrong in this view. I need to like kind of pinch this section a little bit more. So let's add a bit of volume there. And the top of the skull isn't matching this view at all. I'm also terrified of doing the braids on this. I think it's gonna be a nightmare. I might buy a braid maker. The nostrils are the wrong shape from the front. Mine are much more pinched in this area. Entire nose is also too high. But then I kind of want to trust this view more, because this view is a lot more helpful. This is still too high though. Maybe the upper eyebrow crease should go up. By eyebrow, do you mean the eyelid, this bit? Because that's something I'm planning on doing. How is the nose so far off in this view? And the mouth is also lower. It's like the entire lower face is just lower. We're matching the jaw now though. This needs to be pulled a little bit. Alright, so let's sort out the ears. I've made it like with the droopy earlobes, I've made it feel more like a Buddhist monk than a pop singer. Well, it's not really pop, is it? What is her music actually? Yeah, I was planning on doing the eyelids. At least for the side view, it's quite far off, but I guess the front view isn't that far off, so I'm kind of curious as to how to take it. Oh. It died. Cool. At least it managed to quick save. This is Z-tool, don't want that on a document. This is set to 150. So let's get that back. Projects, custom projects, FKA twigs. I wonder what killed it. Do I still have my UVs? Where is it? So I lost my UVs. I can get them back though. So let's export. Export the low res of this. Let's actually adjust the earlobes actually from the side view before I do that. These just look a bit too. There we go. So let's export that. ZBrush exports. Export over this guy. And then, oh, that's not what I want to do. So, show selection highlights, UV editor, Oh, they lose the UVs on this guy as well? Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll have to go back from an order scene. That's fine though. So let's do that now. File open. Where is it? File open. Don't save. There we go. Oh, it's back now. Weird. Okay, so file import. Let's import the latest. It's got groups on again. You have to export with texture to keep the UVs. Because I've been keeping merge on. File import. Cool. So let's blend shape to U. Deform blend shape. Cool. We got our UVs. Let's save an alt version of scene just in case we lose that. I'm going to export U. Export selection. I export this to the Maya exports. Put that there. Just get Maya open again. Cool, so we definitely don't have those anymore, so let's import duplicate U, then import U. So U should have, let's just polygroup by UVs, that will tell us. Not UV map. Polygroups. There you go. So we got UVs back. So let's test it. Maybe it was the Z tool recovery that got rid of the UVs. So let's just project the color. Oh, I made a mistake. Let's go Lightbox, open this document. didn't save over it. Why has it done that? Import. Cool. And then just wipe it up to full and project. I'll be ending the stream in 20 minutes, by the way, guys. Probably streaming again on Saturday night. It's got like a quiz thing lined up for tomorrow. Should be quite fun. Cool, there we go. Now I can delete you. Take you down to the lowest subdivision. Polygroup by UVs to make sure it's got UVs. There we go. Cool. Let's go into preferences, undo history, turn off that. Cool. So let's try exporting this again over the old one. Let's see if it brings it in. Oh, wait, mistakes have been made. Keep forgetting about the whole groups thing. So I'm going to turn off texture, turn off group. I'm going to keep merge. I'm going to say my co-workers are like, this stuff is good, man. Oh, thanks, man. I'm glad you like it. Alright, so we got that exported. Let's go into Maya. Let's import. No, not export. Import all. Still no UVs. Okay, so let's try it again. Run Z plugin, UV master, use existing seams. It's not bringing it in with UVs. What the fuck? Why? Is it when I load it onto an object that doesn't have UVs, like it just freaks? And I can reproject everything because it's the same exact shape, but still. Let's try that then. Subtool, append, sphere. Move you up to the top. And then import a you don't have UVs, so I can't import you. So let's go into my exports, get you. So let's project geometry and color. Then subdivide, project geometry and color, and subdivide, project geometry and color. This will get slower and slower. I've already projected this one. You think export needs texture? That's super weird how that needs it though. Project all again, and then I need to subdivide one more time after this, so the last project will take around 1 minute. Cool. And so this is 4 million polygons, which is overkill really for this model, to be honest, because I'm not sculpting pores or anything into it. My Z disk will just be like the general forms, and texturing XYZ will handle all the small stuff. I'm going to take some money out of my savings and get some texturing XYZ maps. Maybe get a nice new eye map and skin maps for a young 20s female. Cool. So that's that. And then we can, in theory, should be able to delete you now. I'm not going to delete it yet. So let's go and Z plugin. Why can't I check seams? No, this is a brand new model. Can I polygroup it by UV still though? Oh, I did that while it's on the high res. This will take a couple of minutes. Worst case scenario, I can bake a map in X normal, but that'd be dumb. That'd be really, really dumb. Yes, I have my UVs, they are there. So why are they not exporting? Let's just remove the old one for now. Export that out. Right, let's just check. So weird. Export that over version 6. Cool. That's creating one of those, that's fine. File, import. So this one has UVs, so what is going on with that then? So weird. Alright, so what do we need to check? RefCam. Selection highlighting. Yeah, so asymmetry is going to take over the rest for the ears, because I'm not going to be able to match those both, I think. Unless my camera is just very slightly rotated wrong. But the eyes are pretty close, so I don't think it's a camera issue. Unless it's super, super subtle. Which actually it could be. Maybe she's tilted down slightly. Down and to the right. Ooh, that could be it. So I'm going to select my camera. And where was it? It's in movement options and doable movements. Right, okay, so let's turn off you. I'm going to rotate you slightly that way. Move you slightly down. And how do I rotate it to... This would allow me to get the top of the head matching actually. So maybe she is looking more down, and that would move the nose and everything in place. So that's starting to make some sense actually. What's going on there? It's too much. The eyes are my main kind of source of matching this. Nah, it seems even less accurate. Although the nose is lining up now. And the mouth is closer too. But the eyes are slightly off, so let's... I need to tilt it oh so slightly up. That might be too much. Now the nose is off again. I don't think it's an issue with the height of the ears. I'm unsure. Does anyone know if there's any tricks to getting camera lineup stuff? That's way more off. Can't tell if that's closer or not. The ears feel worse. The nose isn't working anymore. I can't tell if that's because the nose is wrong or because the new lineup is worse for that.
I have a question.
Hello.
Want some feedback? Okay.
Sure, yeah. I'll be one sec, guys.
I'm looking like a kind of waxy material.
Ooh.
I just testing. This is a rig.
Yeah, no.
Grab one.
I'm aware, don't worry. But that's cool.
I go for like a wax. Does that look okay?
For the base colour?
Yeah. Oh no, I just picked this as like a base colour for me to work with. I want to replace it.
What are you asking if it looks okay then?
It looks like wax. Or
It needs some surface.
it's got subsurface, but I can.
Oh, it's way too soft.
Okay, cool. I can. I didn't know. It's hard to tell what's.
Oh, wax is insane subsurface.
I think this kind of is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot more waxy.
Yeah.
Check the subsurface colour. It also depends on your lighting, to be fair.
This lighting setup is for like
Is there a directionality or anisotropy or so go down to where subsurface is? Point based. Change from point based. Ray trace. There you go. So now you have to change the settings slightly there. Basically, somewhere in there will be a setting that changes how directional it is.
It's probably up here then. There's no settings in this. Also,
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. Technically it's less accurate, but sure.
That
looks a lot more waxy now.
It's apparently it's wild settings. Like apparently because it also helps with scale basing as well.
Oh, okay.
So like this is.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks a lot more waxy. It will need a clear coat layer on top for melted wax or like for greasy wax, because wax that's like melted and then re-solidified will have a slightly different surface quality. It'll be like Ripley. Right. How's this? A T-Folk remarkably close matching considering I never actually lined those up. Jaws still off. I feel like that head just makes it so hard to match. Because the head is still like a centimetre off. But for the side view it's too much. But for this view, if I'm missing on the jaw as well. So I can't tell what's wrong. This needs ever so slightly more tilting, I think. Oh, I should probably... No. Did I just... No, I didn't. Cool. Just a slight bit more tilt. That's too much. There we go. So, nose is matching a lot closer, but now everything else is off. Chin is close, mouth is too low, nose is almost right. God, this is so complicated. I need to message the guys in Bangalore, be like, hey, how the fuck do you guys do this? I know it's years of skill, but like, holy shit. Oh wait, actually zooming in has got me a lot closer. Oh, you're heading off? Alright, cool. See you, Jacob. This is getting closer. Top of the head, though. Really wish there was some more reflections in this original image, because then I'd be able to use those to help figure out the angles. I'm going to save this scene, and I'm going to, there we go, so that's saved in now. Not sure if I'm happy with the eyes in this lineup, or the ears, or the mouth, but the nose is a lot closer. The jaw is pretty much exactly where it needs to be. The neck is obviously wrong, but that's because that's a pose thing. The cheekbone on screen left seems okay. Cheekbone on screen right needs some volume removed. Everything except the top of the head is close enough for it to be tweakable. Because to be fair, the eyes on mine do feel too wide. This feels a lot more closed. So that's something that's easy enough to fix. Nostrils are too flared, but only very subtly. Let's try doing our first render. I'm gonna create. I'll use RenderMan, I think. So let's go in. Do I have RenderMan loaded? I do not. So I can start saving this now as a separate thing. So Topology is what it currently is. I'm not going to be doing retopo anymore, so I guess now it's just matching. Do I just continue naming? I guess so. I mean, I guess having Topology in the naming is pretty poor form, to be honest. It'd probably be better just to call it modeling. Let's start a fresh model. And let's go back. Let's go forward a version. Let's not go to 001, just so that there's still, you can see where it ends. Right, and now we can go to Plugin Manager, load PRMan, RenderMan. Cool. I'm going to switch cam. So render settings will need to be, currently it's a 1K image square. So I'm just going to set that to 1K square. Cool. Renderable camera is refcam, frame 1. Let's set this to path trace is fine. Don't need caustics yet. Light samples 1 is fine for now. Let's create a dome light. Grab that. Open bathroom. Turn that around 180. Refcam. Let's just give that a test render. Let's just do an IPR. I don't need ZBrush right now, so I'm going to save my ZBrush scene and close this because I'll be ending the stream very soon. Oh, I need a pixel surface on there, don't I? I don't want the background image in this. Do I have to duplicate this and create render cam? And for this one, just delete the image plane. Okay, well for now I'll keep that. Let's assign a material to this whole group. Assign a material. And let's go with pixel surface. Render man, preview render. I can close ZBrush now. So why are you using so much feather wrap? Ah, shit. I can't change that without it zooming in, can I? How do I change the region render to be like this area? A bit ugly looking, but we'll get there. Pixel surface. Let's add some physical. Refraction index. 3.5. And then we need to turn that light slightly because she's a lot more front lit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kick off an IPR and move Maya onto the other screen. I'm going to need some super even lighting. To where's my render man controls? I had to reopen Maya for those to appear. So let's kill the IPR. Yeah, I'm going to end the stream here, guys. But yeah, I hope you've liked it. We've got our first render on the project. We're only, what, 20 hours in now? But yeah, we'll get there over time. But yeah, so hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be back on Saturday. I doubt I'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, so see you guys on Saturday. Hope you all have a good weekend as well. Bye, guys.